Hello everyone and welcome back. It has been a little while since I have recorded the last part. And something has happened. So I am recording this on Sunday, June 9th. What that means is that this was the day that earlier today we had the Microsoft showcase. And of course we know that Blizzard is now with Microsoft. So, Blizzard got to have a presence at the Microsoft Showcase, and they had two big announcements from what I found out when I got up this morning, or rather this afternoon. What can I say? I sleep in. One of which, of course, was the announcement about when War Within is coming out for World of Warcraft. The other was about the Vessel of Hatred expansion for Diablo 4, which you can see here by the little icon in the shop.
Hail, wanderer. Laid before you is the bounty of history.
That you, of course, can now pre-purchase the expansion, which they have said is going to be coming out on October 8th, 2024, which is my mother's birthday, and 4 days before my birthday. So, here are the options for pre-purchasing the expansion. If you want to just get the expansion, which they are adding a new class, it's called the Spiritborn, which I have yet to look into the details of how this class works, but apparently it utilizes the spirits of the jungle, which sounds kind of cool, actually, if I'll be honest. It almost sounds like it could be possibly a mix of the Witch Doctor and the Monk, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that, in terms of how it plays, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then there are other rewards you can get that will unlock instantly or will get unlocked with the expansion, such as if you get the Standard Edition, you get that, the expansion plus the class. If you get the Deluxe and Ultimate Edition, you get these, which are sets, prestige equipment for the classes, which will be able to be supported by that specific class, which are different armor sets. But then there are other things you can get instantly, including pets! They're finally bringing pets into this game. In fact, I'm going to be showing you that today because there is now a new quest in the game to let you unlock a pet right away. That's Alcor, isn't it cute? And Alcor comes with the Standard Edition. If you get the Deluxe Edition, you get another pet. Looks like a husky little puppy. Heratli, excuse me. So, not to bring too much of real life into this, but this past week I actually just lost my dog. We had to have her go to sleep. So it's been a rather emotional week for me. And so now they add this, where we get to have pets in this game, and let's just say it's almost kind of a crazy timing for me. I just lose my dog, and now here I can add a little puppy into this game for myself. It's almost like, it was almost as if Blizzard was like, we know you just lost your pet, so we're going to give you the pets in Diablo 4, which, can I just say, was one of the best things about Diablo 3? Because guess what? These pets are going to function the same way that they did in Diablo 3. If you have a pet, they will run around and gather all the things for you. All the gold, all the herbs, all the fragments, all the cinders, all the materials, the ore, all that stuff your pets will grab for you. And I love that. You also can get a new mount, a war cat. Look at this thing. You get to have a full-on, leopard here as a mount. And that's just how it looks on its own. This is its armor. A battle dress. And it comes with its own trophy, of course. But, man, that's really cool. I would love it if they gave us the option to customize how this war cat looks. It's cool having it be either a leopard or a jaguar, but give us the option to make it look like a tiger, I think that would be really cool. Add customization for our pets or our mounts. Now, I know that probably means that they would not be able to sell it, but yeah, guess what, Blizzard? We don't want to spend tons of money on the mounts. We actually would like the option to customize some of the mounts we already have. You know? God forbid you let us do that without us having to spend money. And, of course, you can get a premium battle pass token to unlock it. And then there's the Ultimate Edition, which is $90. And this is the part that actually irritates me, because they're adding something here. By the way, you also get a little tiger pet, Natalia. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. Oh. And of course, you get some of the other stuff from the previous one, including a Road to Kuros Town portal cosmetic. Here's the part that you also get 3,000 platinum. Here's the part that irritates me, though. Look what they're adding. You remember one of the other things I loved about Diablo 3 was the cosmetic options like wings? Well, now they're finally adding them into Diablo 4. Here's the problem. It looks like the only way I can get these wings is if I get the Ultimate Edition, which really irritates me. Because they know people are going to want this, because they know we love the wings, so they put it into the most expensive version. Ugh! Gosh, I thought the greed was supposed to stop, but I guess not. So then there's one other thing, though, that I would probably want to take advantage of. So, here's something I've referenced, and now I have the opportunity to show you guys.
Ah, very good.
Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That is Invincible from World of Warcraft. And, yeah, he looks even more gross in Diablo 4 than he does in WoW. Because you can see, like, the guts and such, and the skin and everything. Ugh. Especially without the armor. Then you can really see how gross and disgusting Invincible is as an undead horse. But then again, Arthas did raise him from the dead, so I guess you would expect him to kind of look like this. Like, don't you just love his whole neck there open just for you to look inside? I think there's a phobia for people that don't like seeing stuff like that, so sorry if that bothers you, but this is Diablo 4, you should know what you're getting into. This is the other part that really like makes me go, huh? When it comes to this. You can get 2 trophies with this as well. You don't just get Invincible, you also get the Helm of Domination and Frostmourne. Yep. So let's just say this. And it costs 2,500 platinum to get this bundle. So let me just say this. If I end up getting the Ultimate Edition of this, and I get that 3,000 platinum with all this, I'm going to be spending that 3,000 platinum on that Invincible aspect. Like, I'll save my platinum just to get that. Because it's Invincible and the Helm of Domination and Frostmourne. You know? If I'm going to have to spend that much platinum to get those, that's what I'm going to get, darn it. Now, off camera, I did a bit of progression. Not in terms of the story, just in terms of other stuff. So first of all, on my other character, I have also now unlocked, if you look at the things up there for the regions, I have discovered every possible region that you can find in this game, and I have found every single Shrine of Lilith. Every shrine has been found. Actually, let me zoom in so you can actually see. You can see them all on the marked on the map now. Every possible region has also been discovered, so everything here is the entire map. Just in case you were wondering. Now you're probably going, why are those what's with those altars over there in an unmarked area? We'll get there. There is a region there. It's just covered up, but don't worry. We'll get there later. Much later. Don't you worry. So I also did a stronghold over here, which I probably could have shown on camera because it actually was a little bit more relevant to the druid, because you actually encounter a mad druid who's gone insane and is attacking you in a wolf form. And one of the unique things my druid said to her was, "This is not balance. You have gone truly mad." Because, you know, this is a druid who is seeing another one having lost to their ability to, like, balance the bestial nature that druids feel when it comes to their shapeshifting forms. So, I thought that was kind of cool they had that unique dialogue. So, before we continue with the story and go meet this, this other guy we're supposed to go meet, this popped up, and this is something I wanted to show, because this is something we... Who's a good dog? Who's a good puppy? You've received a pet. Equip your pet and modify their look in the wardrobe. Pets will auto-collect gold and materials while you play. Interact with your pet using the hello emote. Oh!
Greetings.
Oh, wait, I have to go to the wardrobe first. Okay, that just unlocked it, but I haven't actually equipped it. Which, by the way, I should also mention, this is also during the Diablo 4 anniversary event, which means we are getting, I think, 35% more XP during this event. We're also supposed to get, also, you'll see it here. The fleeting gift of Mother's Blessing grants a 25% boost to experience and a 50% boost to gold earned from monster kills. We also have... A recent change in events appears to have attracted more treasure goblins to the area. They must really like the changes, because it seems that they may be picking up and dropping even more than usual. So we're going to be able to see a lot more treasure goblins during this event. This also has been granting special extra things you can unlock in terms of transmog, courtesy of the shop. You get one per day you log into the event. So this is a Shira. Oh, she's so cute. And then, of course, we'll be able to get the other ones with the pre-purchases of the expansion. But for now, we'll have a Shira.
Hello.
Oh, we can pet a Shira. I love it.
Hello.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that pets are finally in Diablo 4. We finally have our pets back. I miss them in this game because I loved having them in Diablo 3. And I really hope they expand upon this. I'm still salty that the wings are behind the Ultimate Edition, but... It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. Anyways. So, what I was also trying to do was also just kind of like do some of that so that just we'll be able to focus on the side quest later. But for now, what do you guys say we go meet this Donan guy? I can't begin to describe how happy I am that we finally have pets in Diablo 4. And again, the fact that I just lost my own real-life pet and now I get a pet here in the game is just... Obviously, it's, you know... I'm sure anyone who's gone through losing a pet knows what I've been going through and probably doesn't need me to explain what that means or, like... I'm sure a lot of you probably know it's been a very emotional week for me and my family. You don't just lose a pet, you lose a member of your So while it's great that the pets have their actual uses in this game, going around collecting all the stuff that enemies drop for you, so you don't have to bother doing it yourself, especially when you're trying to focus on just playing the game, it's just also just a nice extra thing, you know, because, I mean, most of us love our pets, right?
Light's blessing. If you have needs, check in with the Watch Commander.
The ash fell like rain, and Astaroth's mad laughter boomed like thunder. Folk tried to hide, but the demon sniffed them out. He herded them into a cage of fire, and as he prepared to eat them one by one, whoosh! A fierce wind blew out the flames. There, in the smoke, stood the three heroes. Even Astaroth trembled at the sight. First came Erida, calling down a storm upon the demon's head with music from her talharpa. Then came Nefane, growling like a beast, slashing at Astaroth with fang and claw. And last came Donan. He plunged his hand into the demon's fiery chest and crushed the fiend's heart in his palm. Whoa. Astaroth let loose a cry that shook the forest to its roots, and then the monster crumbled into dust. So ended the days of Ash.
Interesting story. If you guys probably recall, if you were paying attention, when we went and did our Druid class quest, you probably remember seeing a ghost of someone called Astaroth when we were over there. Speaking of the Druid class quest, so I have unlocked every boon for the spirits on my Druid here, and I was able to also unlock what is called Spirit Bonding, which is that you choose one of the 4 spirits and you can activate an additional boon from the panel here. So you can be able to also switch whichever one you want to bond with whenever you want, as long as you go back, I believe. You have to go back to the place where they are to do that, but these are not perma choices. You can change these at your will, which I think is fantastic. Especially if you get something that makes you have to kind of change your build, and therefore makes it where the boons you have need to be changed to make it more effective. If this was a perma choice, I would say this was terrible design. The fact that it's actually much more like, oh, you can switch when you want, that is an excellent decision. So for the time being, what I decided to go with, I decided to bond with the wolf one, even though there's another one I actually would not mind bonding with. So for now, the deer, I have chosen to get more thorns. I thought about taking wariness, but that's more of an endgame thing. I think once I get to the endgame with my druid, then I'll probably bond with the deer to get wariness when I have to deal with a lot more elites. With the eagle, right now I've got more maximum life. So with the wolf, I have bolster, fortify of my life when more of my life when I use a defensive skill, which right now I'm using 2 defensive skills, and Calamity, which extends the duration of my ultimate skill by 25%, which of course in this case is Grizzly Rage, so more Grizzly Rage. And then when it comes to the snake, since I'm going with a shape-shifting build, whether it's Werebear right now or possibly even Werewolf some other time, I've got Masochistic. So that's what I'm going with right now with the Spirit Boons. Excuse me, may I pass? Apparently not. Okay, I'll have to find another way inside, it looks like. What is this place?
Can you feel it? Eldheim is hallowed ground, my friend. Blessed with Anaris' holy light. Just being here is a way of lifting my spirits.
So who is Donan? Tell me more about him.
Ah, you'll never meet a man with a bigger heart. Came to see about getting my son some work, and he hired the lad as a clerk, right on the spot. Don't know how I'll ever repay him, but I'll find a way.
Why is it your kin loathes us, Druid? We've done so much to heal this broken lad, and still, the Glen folk criticize our beliefs at every opportunity.
I could not say. I am not from these parts.
Guard yourself against the local gossip, then.
There's quite a few druids in this particular zone over here. We'll actually get some druid quests.
Pray for me, Wanderer. I've asked Denarius for the strength to resist temptation, but I can't keep my hands from stealing. It's like they're possessed.
Well, we know what that means. Off with the hands! Sorry.
I'm looking for a Haradrim named Donan. An old friend of his sent me.
At this hour, I'd wager he's in the keep. Check with the guard at the door.
Come on, Ashira.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
As you can see also, our druid is now up to level 40. Been kind of like filling out points and various different things here. Obviously, what I also would like to do is get to level 50, because that's when the Paragon stuff unlocks. Ah, so now we can go in. I have an urgent message for Donan.
He's upstairs in the Great Hall with his son. Keep it quick.
Three, huh? So based on the story that we just heard from those people over there, that's probably Astaroth. And these are the three heroes, including Donan right there. In honor of the great Haragic mage Donan and the brave druids, Arida and Nefane, who vanquished the demon Astaroth and ended the days of Ash. So that's probably Nefane, and that is probably Arida. Or Erida. Erida, because she's probably a storm druid, get it?
Dad, I need to be out in the field with the other knights.
Why the rush, my boy? You know, I found some of my old Haradric tomes. Stay here, and we can go through them together.
I can take some with me. We have a visitor.
Excuse me.
I cannot do that here.
What? Oh, I was pressing the wrong button.
It's not over. Is there something you need?
I have a message from Lorath.
Well, there's a name from another life. Has the old man finally come down from the mountain?
With a warning. An ancient evil walks the land. The demon, Lilith.
And you know this how? Did you and Lorath discover something of interest?
Perhaps this is all connected to what you saw, Father.
Yes, I was just getting to that. There was an incident at my estate. Probably best if we discuss it there. Go and have a look around for yourself. I'll meet you shortly, and then we can talk more. As for your request, get to Braystag. And be careful. Stay close to the other knight's penitent.
I will. Don't worry.
So, what's your relationship with Lorath?
We haven't spoken much in recent years, but the two of us have history. We are brothers of the Haradrim. I'm probably the closest thing to a friend he has nowadays. forging bonds is not exactly a strength of his, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Again, what happened to Tyrael? Can you tell me more about the incident?
It occurred just the other day, in the dead of night. I thought it was a nightmare at first, but unfortunately that is not the case. I have some things to finish up here, and then we will talk more at the estate.
Alright. Fortunately, there's not much to interact with here. I'm sorry, I'm smiling watching Ashira follow me. You don't know how happy this makes me to see us finally having a pet in this game.
Oh no. You another one of his bootlickers? Stoning this, stoning that. People always going on about the man like he's a god among us. Oh, where was he when the knights penitent scoffed at our offerings to the forest? Huh? Well, I'll tell you where. Up in his pretty keep, prancing about like the cock of the walk.
Spare some kindness for an old soldier?
Here you go.
Thank you, Wanderer.
What's your story?
I was wounded in the days of Ash. I touched the demon's flame, thought I was being brave at the time. I can still feel the fire dancing across my hands, burning the skin away. Everything hurts to touch. Except coin. Hehe.
Uh-huh. Of course, coin doesn't hurt to touch.
What a waste of knowledge.
Excuse me? What are you doing out here?
Amar, Tuardulra, Feshla Shina, Milan.
Brother of Branch and Fang, you speak words to heal the land, but I see no wounds.
A demon's touch leaves deep scars. You should know this. Where have you come from?
I was born in the Druid enclave across the sea.
Ah, I have heard of you and your kin. Welcome to the First Forest.
You seem troubled.
Look, cousin. These stone tablets contain some of the earliest written works of our ancestors. All destroyed. The wildlife in the Gautmar grasslands have been stirred into a frenzy recently. They've taken to smashing or even eating our runic tablets. I don't blame the creatures, but we must preserve our history. As a fellow druid, I know you must agree. Please, retrieve whatever you can.
You clearly care for preserving your history.
I once schooled the boy Yoren in the old ways. His mother Brega too, as she wrote her chronicles. Both of them had a deep respect for our culture. Brega inspired me to catalogue some of our more ancient artefacts. In doing so, she reminded me of how easily the past can be forgotten.
I'm glad to see that there actually is a decent amount of unique dialogue here if you play as a druid. I was thinking to myself when I first went through this zone, there's got to be some unique stuff here, like said, if you are playing as a druid, right? I just forgot. Oh wait, I don't have to go grab that gold anymore because I finally have a pet that can help me with that.
Welcome to Firebreak Manor, traveler.
I'm here about the incident. Donan gave me permission to look around.
Incident.
That was all he said.
I must be referring to his study. Something unsettling transpired there.
Filled with a woman's garments, seemingly untouched for years, a dust-covered note atop the clothing reads, "Crafted by Chaldeum's own royal tailor. They call it silk, woven of sunlight. Who better to wear than you, my love?" Donan, I know losing your wife has been hard, but do not let that grief blunt Yoren's potential. You cannot shelter him forever. He must be free to find his own way in the world. His faith in the light will shield him from danger. Reverend Mother Prava. A hefty tome entitled A Guide to the Weight and Measures of Ancient Kejin, Volume 2. The pages are well worn and riddled with handwritten notes. A table cluttered with alchemical instruments. A piece of parchment lists ingredients for an elixir to cure insomnia. Give me that elixir, please. A short book entitled Journey Beneath the Twin Seas. The pages are filled with illustrations featuring a group of young adventurers exploring ruins and fighting off monsters. The First Forest, a guide to Skazglen and the Kawidolra, written by Brega. Pretty sure the implication here is that Brega was Donan's wife. Don't think we find out how she passed. I have to kind of hover over things because that's really one of the only ways I can actually see if there's something to interact with. They don't make it easy for us to see all the different interactable things you can, like, mess with in a room. Because that's not the way the game is intended to be played. A weathered tome entitled The Book of Wards. Notes are scrawled in the margins of a section about fire magic. Yeah. So recently I tested out the 3 different ways to play Sorcerer. As cool as fire is to look at, I wasn't really enjoying the style as much as I wanted to. And then I tried Frost and Shock, or Lightning. And I'm pretty sure my Sorceress is going to stay Frost for now, unless I find some other legendaries or aspects that make me actually want to play Fire more. Or Lightning, but we'll see. So let's see what these blood petals show us.
And I know you, Donan. Old, tired, each day a struggle to live up to your own legacy.
What do you want with me?
Astaroth.
She's dead.
Astaroth cannot die. Not by your hand. What have you done with him?
Away, demon. I deny you.
You have grown so frail. I can make you the hero you were.
return to the darkness from whence you came. I said away!
Yeah, I'd say that was an incident.
A signal horn.
That does not sound good. Well, I think it's pretty clear that a stack of papers bearing the title The Fall of Astaroth. It appears to be an unfinished chronicle of Donan's battle against the demon. Numerous lines have been crossed out and rewritten. He's like, oh gosh, how do I tell this in an epic manner that actually sounds like it makes sense? Writer's struggle, right? Having some writer's block. But I think it's pretty clear, based on the way she looked at this picture, she's like, okay, Donan's not going to bite, so I'll go after the other two. That was a pretty clear indication there. Now, the question you probably are asking is, why does Lilith want Astaroth? Well... I'm sorry, what? Goatmen.
Have enough spirit.
They just came in here and slayed all the workers.
I must wait for it.
Alright, 41.
Goatmen. They've never dared come so close to the estate before.
Perhaps they were drawn by Lilith's presence. I saw a vision of her in your study.
What do you mean, a vision?
I don't fully understand how, but it isn't the first time.
Full of surprises, aren't you? No wonder you caught Lorath's attention. Well, now you understand my predicament. A daughter of hatred in my own home. She must be furious I cast her out.
That painting on your wall. Who are the others in it?
Why do you ask?
Lilith seemed to leave after seeing them.
Nafane and Arida. The Druids who helped me slay Astaroth. Yes. Yes, I think you're onto something. I resisted her, so she might question them about the demon next. There are knights stationed in villages near the Druids. If Lilith passed through, they must have seen her.
You look worried.
The attack on the manor has left many wounded, and our healing supplies are almost exhausted. Please, could you travel to Keregar and ask Corman the alchemist to send anything he can? And tell him to hurry. Every moment is vital.
So now we get two different quests here. We can either go check with the knights in Tirmare about Lilith, or we can go search for evidence of Lilith near Braestag. This one will have us go after Arida. This one will perhaps go after the other one, Nafane. Steward Wilfred is desperate need of healing supplies.
Poor man must have his hands full tending to so many wounded. I'll pack up everything I can spare and send it off to him immediately.
There we go. Good doggy. Corey, why are you here?
The Downs is my home, but Sanctuary is dangerous these days. And my parents, my poor old parents, are getting on in age. Who will protect their home? I would go check on them, but the roads are perilous. Perhaps you could go to my father, Phelan, and see if they need me.
Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. We're probably going to be focusing on some side quests in the next part in this area, since a number of these are involving helping other druids. And I'm kind of wanting to go ahead and do that. Oh, a world boss. I think I may off-camera swap to my barbarian and go see about that world boss and see whether or not weekly spoils are available for that. But yeah, we'll probably, before we continue with the main story, we'll probably start doing some side quests in this zone here. And if I see some others, I may pick them up as well. So stay tuned.